Bueno, muy buenas tardes a todas las personas que se empiezan a unir el día de hoy, 28 de julio del 2025. Es un honor tenerlos con nosotros en este evento virtual donde vamos a explorar temas clave relacionados con las oportunidades que ofrecen diferentes instituciones en el mundo con las que Colfuturo particularmente tiene acuerdos de cooperación. El día de hoy estamos con la Universidad de Melbourne, ubicada en Australia, quienes se unen a Colfuturo para compartir todo el conocimiento, las experiencias y las perspectivas que seguramente van a enriquecer un montón su proyecto académico. Se abordarán temas relacionados a oferta académica, opciones de financiación, becas, hospedaje, experiencia de los estudiantes internacionales y pues todo lo que el panelista y representante de la institución en este caso considere pertinente para que ustedes puedan tener en su conocimiento. Mucho gusto, mi nombre es Karen Martínez, soy integrante del equipo de Consejería Académica y Relaciones Internacionales de Colfuturo y el día de hoy estoy muy bien acompañada con Luis Cuthbert. Él es el representante de la Universidad de Melbourne y nos va a ayudar a resolver cualquier inquietud que ustedes presenten. En este orden de ideas, la invitación es súper clara. Por favor, prestemos toda la atención del mundo a la información que se nos suministra en este espacio y adicionalmente, no dudemos en poner en el cajón de Q&A cualquier inquietud que nos surja, que con muchísimo gusto Luis nos ayudará a resolverla. Quiero recordarles que esta segunda mitad del año vamos a estar realizando este tipo de webinars con todas las universidades de convenio, entonces los invito y las invito a estar muy pendientes de nuestra página web y nuestras redes sociales para que puedan inscribirse a todos estos espacios. Una vez más, yo hago alusión a que este tipo de sesiones se hacen en el marco de nuestros convenios internacionales y particularmente para el caso de la Universidad de Melbourne, esta ofrece una beca del 25% para todos los beneficiarios en la Facultad de Educación, la Facultad de Negocios y Economía y el 20% del descuento en el valor de la matrícula en los Master by Coursework en todas las otras facultades que están establecidas en nuestro convenio. Entonces, sin mayor preámbulo, Luis, thank you so much for being here today with us. We are so happy to have you here. You can go ahead and start your presentation.
Perfect. Thank you so much for that introduction and good afternoon for everyone joining from online. My name is Louis Cuthbert and I've got the absolute pleasure to speak to you this morning here in Melbourne time, afternoon in Colombia, about the University of Melbourne. The session today will cover some of the programs that we offer and a little bit more about our institution. And as was mentioned earlier, there will also be an opportunity for some Q&A throughout the session as well. So if you do have any questions, please make sure you put them through and we can answer them at the end of the session. So let's get started. So firstly, I'll just take this opportunity to introduce myself. So my name is Louis Cuthbert and I am the Regional Manager for the University of Melbourne, where I'm looking after the Latin America region. I have the absolute joy and privilege to be able to work with students from across Latin America and to travel there and speak to students about studying here at the University of Melbourne. And I'm also joined by Barry the Bear. So you'll see Barry the Bear down on your right-hand side. That is the official University of Melbourne's mascot, who I'm sure you'll see when you come and join us at the university. And I've also just listed down my contact information, so that there will be my direct email address. So if you have any questions at any stage, you're more than welcome to direct them through to me. So before we start talking about the University of Melbourne, it's really important that we start talking about the city of Melbourne first. And for some of you on this Zoom call, you may have traveled to Australia before. Some of you may be familiar, but some of you may never have traveled or have limited understanding of what Australia is. So Melbourne is the capital city of the state of Victoria, which you can see here on the map of Australia. And we are a small state and the capital is Melbourne. But Melbourne as a city is one of the most vibrant, livable cities in the world, where we're actually currently ranked as the third most livable city in the world. Melbourne has a population of over 5 million people and is soon to overtake Sydney as the most populous city in Australia. And the city of Melbourne is also one of the top cities in the world for international students, such as yourselves, where we actually rank 4th as the best city for international students. This is due to a number of categories. Firstly, due to the safety of the city, the opportunities that are there for students, as well as the inclusiveness of the city, and just the atmosphere and the vibrance of this wonderful city. Although Victoria as a state in Australia is a smaller state, it actually contributes to close to 25% of Australia's total economic activity. So regardless of what industry you're looking to work in, the state of Victoria does contribute and is one of the economic hubs for Australia. But more than that, we are a multicultural city of culture, music, sports, arts. So no matter what your passions or interests are, Melbourne will have something for you. Melbourne is home to one of the 4 tennis Grand Slam events each year. So just as there's the New York Open, Wimbledon, and the Roland Garros tennis tournaments, Melbourne plays host to the Australian Open each January during our summer. We also are home to the Formula One Grand Prix event that takes place in March, as well as having a whole range of museums, galleries, and live music. The City of Melbourne has the Melbourne Cricket Ground, which is one of the largest sporting stadiums in the world, which also holds the record for the largest Taylor Swift concert as well. So we do here in Melbourne love our music, our arts, our culture, our sports as well. The City of Melbourne is also very well interconnected. We have one of the largest public transport infrastructures in the world, where we do also have the largest tram network as well. So regardless of where you're living in the city, it is a super easy and accessible city to gain access no matter where you may need to go. And our Melbourne Central Business District also does have a free tram zone as well, which makes it really convenient for anyone that's traveling around the major parts of the city. And just like Colombians, if you didn't know, us Aussies, we love our coffee. And in Melbourne, it's something we take extremely seriously and something we're very, very passionate for. Melbourne is known to be the city of coffee, where we have amazing cafes and baristas, and we love our coffee culture. So if you're interested in coffee, Melbourne will be a fantastic city for you. So let's talk a little bit about the University of Melbourne. The University of Melbourne was founded in 1853, where we are the second oldest tertiary institution in Australia. Our campus is a beautiful blend of historic limestone architecture blended with brand new state-of-the-art facilities, which is amazing in terms of the facilities that are available to our students. The University of Melbourne is the #1 ranked university in Australia, and we're currently ranked 19th in the world. So we make up the top 20 universities globally. The University of Melbourne is also the largest university campus in Australia, where we do have over 65,000 students that are studying at the University of Melbourne. But importantly, we have over 40% of our student cohort made up of international students from over 150 different countries. We have students from all over the world studying with us, which makes for a really diverse student cohort and student experience. And we do have a huge Latin American community of students. So we have students studying from Colombia, Brazil, Chile, Peru, Bolivia, and it's an amazing student cohort that study with us. The University of Melbourne is also ranked 8th in the world for graduate employability. So students who are graduating from the University of Melbourne are graduating with extreme confidence and highly employable skills, where we do have over 98% of our students finding a job upon graduation. And part of this is because we do have an extensive organizations that we partner with, where we do have over 1,600 companies that we partner with exclusively to give students opportunities for internships, work placements, industry projects, where they get real hands-on industry experience as part of their program as well. We have had over 9 Nobel Prize winners throughout our history. And for those students that are maybe considering pathways to go on to do graduate research as well, we do have sort of associations and affiliations with over 100 different research centres and institutions across Melbourne as well. So this here is a photo of the Melbourne CBD and the Melbourne City on a bright blue sunny sunny day. And here in the center of your screen, this here is our University of Melbourne Parkville campus. So our University of Melbourne Parkville campus is so large that it actually forms its own unique postcode in Melbourne, where the suburb of Parkville is reserved for the University of Melbourne. On our campus, we do have 10 residential colleges and all of our faculties, and you can see here just how conveniently located we are to the Melbourne CBD. We're located right in the heart of the city. And then we also do have our South Bank campus. We do have a second campus based in metropolitan Melbourne, which is home to the Victorian College of the Arts. So students who are studying anything within music, fine arts, will often have subjects or their course taught down there. And between the two campuses, it's about a short 10 or 15-minute tram ride away. So I'm conscious that for some of you, you may not have had the opportunity to travel to Melbourne or may not have had the opportunity to view our campus. So I thought I would just show you a couple of quick images just so you can get an idea about our historic main campus in central Melbourne, which, as I mentioned, is a mix of historic buildings and state-of-the-art facilities. And the clock tower here is probably the most arguably our most photographed and most notable landmark on our campus. And this here is South Lawn. So where you're seeing our students sitting and residing, this here is our South Lawn, which is the heart of the university. This is right in the center of our campus where students reside and enjoy the summer months. There's often barbecues and sports facilities, and it's just a fantastic place for students to hang out as well. We then have our newest building. So this here is our Melbourne Connect building, which is home to the Faculty of Engineering and Information Technology, where this building was actually designed and finished in 2020. So it's only about 5 years old, which hosts state-of-the-art technology and facilities for students. And down in the basement, we do have some amazing engineering and computer science labs for students who are studying within those industries. So as you can see, the blend of both historic architecture and brand new state-of-the-art facilities is really quite amazing. We then also have the Melbourne School of Design, which is home to the Faculty of Architecture, Building and Planning. And here you'll see our suspended classrooms. So located in the center of your screen, there's actually floating classrooms that take place in here, which is an amazing feat of architecture and design. And you wouldn't expect anything other than that for students that are going on and studying within this discipline areas. This here is home to the Faculty of Science, and this forms the top end of our campus up against Royal Parade, and again just showcases some of the facilities that are available for our students as well. And lastly, we do have our Arts West building. So this here is home to the Bachelor of Arts and our graduate degree in Humanities, Arts and Social Sciences, which is sort of an interactive and collaborative learning space that focuses on the Asia Pacific region, and students that are studying anything within development studies, sociology, politics, international relations, and so forth will be taught out of this building. So that's just given you a little bit of a snapshot of what our campus looks and feels like, but you can go through and have a look online where we do have a free virtual tour that you can go through and have a look and get a bit more of an understanding for. So in terms of the different study options that are available at the University of Melbourne, at the University of Melbourne, we have over 100 different areas for students to study from. So whether you're looking at studying an undergraduate degree, a professional master's program, or graduate research degree, we do have a number of different study areas and options, as well as a range of different faculties. So these here are sort of the major study options and areas that students can choose from. So regardless of what area you're looking to study, this will be one of the areas that you'll be able to fall into in terms of your studies. So while I'm aware that most of the students on this call today will be looking at postgraduate study, we do also have a range of undergraduate degrees. So at the University of Melbourne, we have 9 different undergraduate degrees where we have a Bachelor of Arts, a Bachelor of Science, a Bachelor of Commerce, a Bachelor of Design, biomedicine, fine arts, music, agriculture, and oral health. And students do also have the option to undertake a 4th year as part of their undergraduate degree to do a bachelor degree with honours as well. So in terms of the way all of our classes are taught at the University of Melbourne, and this doesn't vary whether you're studying at an undergraduate level or a postgraduate level, your classes will be taught in many different ways, including tutorials, lectures, labs, workshops, research opportunities, internships, overseas experiences, and this is something that we pride ourselves on. So for all students that want to have an overseas experience, they will have that opportunity as part of their degrees as well. So today I'm going to focus on our graduate study, and I'm going to give you a snapshot of all of the different faculties that offer graduate studies. I'm not going to have time to go through every single program that we offer because at the University of Melbourne, we have over 200 different graduate programs, but I will be providing you with an overview of some of the different graduate areas that you're looking to study. So when we talk about graduate studies, we sort of break it into 2 different categories. We talk about graduate coursework degrees, so masters by coursework, and then we also do have graduate research degrees. Now, this could be a master's by research, a master's by philosophy, or could be a doctor of philosophy as a PhD. So regardless of what you're looking to study, we will have a different area that will be relevant for you. So for students who are thinking about something to do with the sciences, the Faculty of Science has a number of really amazing coursework programs that we sort of put into 3 different categories. We have programs that are related to environmental, we have programs that are related to agricultural and food programs, and then we also do have a number that sort of fall into a different category as well. So in terms of the environmental programs, we have programs in a Master of Climate Science, Masters of Ecosystem Management and Conservation, a Masters of Environmental Science, a Masters of Environment, and a Master of Urban Horticulture. For students who are looking at agriculture and food programs, we have a Master of Agricultural Sciences, a Master of Food Science, and a Master of Food and Packaging Innovation. And then we do also have some other programs within the Faculty of Science. We have a Masters of Biotechnology, a Masters of Data Science, Masters of Geography, and our Doctor of Veterinary Medicine, which is one of the flagship programs here at the Faculty of Science as well. For students who are thinking about going on to do a career in research, we do also have a Master of Science suite, which provides students with the strongest preparation for a career in research, and it combines a substantial size research project with expert coursework programs and professional skills, giving you perfect preparation to go and get comprehensive training as part of your preparation for a Doctor of Philosophy or a PhD. So it combines a graduate coursework based year where you'll then be paired up to work with an academic from the faculty on a major research project as a pathway to go on to do a Doctor of Philosophy. So within the Master of Science, students can do specializations in bioinformatics, biosciences, chemistry, epidemiology, earth sciences, mathematics and statistics, and physics. These are really, really popular programs that are taught by the Faculty of Science, and you don't need to have any prior research training to do these programs, and they provide students with the training that they need where you'll then work with a supervisor, undertake the research project before looking as a pathway for potentially going on to do a Doctor of Philosophy. For students who are thinking about careers in medicine, dentistry, and the health sciences, we have a number of postgraduate study areas within health, and all of these programs do vary in length depending on what you're studying and what you're looking at doing. But within our postgraduate programs, we have studies within public health, dentistry, medicine, optometry, physiotherapy, psychology, speech pathology, biomedicine, social work, nursing, dentistry, optometry, and many, many more. Each of our different programs within the health sciences related discipline areas do have slightly different entry requirements depending on what you've studied. And some of these may also have some additional requirements. So for students who are thinking about going on to study medicine, or dentistry. We also do have a GAMSAT, which is the Graduate Australian Medical Schools Admissions Test, which is part of your assessment when going on to study anything within the health sciences or medicine related fields as well. For students who are thinking about studying engineering related programs, we do have a whole suite of Masters of Engineering programs where we have a Master of Architectural Engineering, a Masters of Biomedical Engineering, Chemical Engineering, Civil Engineering, Digital Infrastructure Engineering, Electrical Engineering, Environmental Engineering, Industrial Engineering, Mechanical, Mechatronics, and Software Engineering. So we have a whole suite of graduate engineering programs, and these programs can either be taught in 2 years, 2.5 years, or 3 years. The entry requirements do change a little bit depending on what you've studied during your undergraduate degree. So if you've undertaken a bachelor's degree previously in engineering, you would be eligible to apply for either the 2 or 2.5 year Masters of Engineering program. Or if you've completed an undergraduate degree in a non-engineering discipline, you could still apply for our graduate suite of engineering programs, but it would be for the 3-year program because you're not coming from an engineering background. Most of our engineering programs can be chosen for students can choose to do a specialization as part of their program. So what you're seeing here on your screen in white, these are some of the specializations that are optional for students to do as part of their engineering programs, should they wish. It's not compulsory for students to do a specialization. This is only for students who want to gain a little bit more specialized training within particular areas. So within some of these specializations, you will see some similarities in some of the specializations offered. So one of the most popular ones is our business specialization, which is hosted in chemical engineering, civil engineering, digital infrastructure engineering, electrical engineering, mechanical, and software engineering, which is actually co-taught by the Melbourne Business School. This specialization will also offer students some business training and foundations to finance and economics, and to give students some foundational studies for anyone that's wanting to go into any kind of engineering management-based careers as well. So this is a really popular specialization that a lot of students choose to do. But again, all of these courses can be done with no specialization if that's what you would like to do as well. For students who've already completed an engineering program, we do have a suite of advanced engineering masters, which normally vary from about 1 to 1.5 years, which are designed to further specialize and suit those students who are already practicing as engineers or related areas. And it's an industry-led curriculum. So we do have a Masters of Environmental Systems Engineering, a Masters of Engineering Structures, a Master of Energy Systems, and a Master of Engineering Management. But again, these are programs that are designed for students that are already have already completed degrees in engineering and are looking to further specialize as part of their program as well. Then the other area of study that we have, which is really, really popular, is a range of different information technology programs, which are taught by the Faculty of Information Technology. And we sort of do have 4 main programs where students are looking to studies within this area. So we do have a Masters of Information Technology, a Master of Software Engineering, which I sort of spoke about just before, and a Master of Information Systems, and a Master of Computer Science. But it can sometimes be a little bit tricky for students to sort of understand what the key differences are between these programs. So I'll just quickly give you a bit of a breakdown about each of the different programs, because these are definitely some of our more high demand programs where students are looking to study. So for students who are looking to gain advanced technical skills and training and want to help build the technology and sort of, expertise, in leading IT innovation, the program that would be best for you would be the Masters of Information Technology. This is really quite a technical-based degree and really hands-on for students who are looking to build the technology that's helping shape and design the future. The Master of Information Systems, this is a less technical-based degree, and this is combining both IT studies with business training. And this is a co-taught program between the Faculty of IT and the Melbourne Business School, which is all about IT consulting and being able to train and transform businesses with the information systems and the data sets that they're using as part of their organization. Every organization and every company in the world uses IT and software systems and information systems. And this is about sort of combining a background in IT with some business training to be able to help advise businesses and organizations about their data sets, their information technology, and helping to sort of do IT consulting. So it's less technical than studying the information technology, but it's combining both the IT and business skills training as well. We then have the Masters of Software Engineering, which is designed for students who are looking to get an accreditation to become a software engineer. So this will provide you with the exact accreditations that our Masters of Engineering programs do, and you'll learn how to produce and manage large and small scale software systems. And this is really leveraging that scientific and mathematical and technical knowledge that you will gain throughout your engineering degree, but being able to sort of apply that on a large scale and producing that across industries as well. We then have the Master of Computer Science, and this is perfect for students who are looking for a research pathway to become a computer scientist. The Master of Computer Science is a mandatory research-based degree where the first year of the Master of Computer Science is a Master's by coursework, and then students will go on to do a Master's by research as their second year, where they'll be paired up with an academic to work on a research project as part of their program. This is a perfect program for students who are looking at pathways to go on to do a Doctor of Philosophy. So then we do have graduate studies within the Faculty of Arts. Graduate studies within the Faculty of Arts are normally broken down into three different categories. We have the Social Sciences and Humanities, Media, Communications and Publishing, and the Cultural Management. So within the Social Sciences, this forms things like Applied Linguistics, Criminology, Development Studies, Politics, International Relations, Public Policy and Management, Social Policy. For students who are thinking about careers in media, comms, publishing, we have a range of different programs ranging from journalism to marketing communications to creative writing, publishing and editing. And then we do also have programs relating to cultural management as well. So whether you're looking at a career in museums, art curatorship, cultural materials conservation, arts and cultural management, these are really popular programs for students who are looking at any kind of careers in the arts as well. Moving on to the Faculty of Business and Economics. So the Faculty of Business and Economics has a range of different programs that they sort of put into a couple of different categories. The first is pre-experience programs, which are designed for students who are coming from no business background or have got no work experience, where they can go on to do our flagship Masters of Management suite of programs or our Masters of International Business. So the Masters of Management suite is a really comprehensive program that provides students with comprehensive business leadership and management training, and students can further specialize with a specialization in accounting, accounting and finance, human resources, or marketing, or can choose to do the program with no specialization as the Masters of Management. We then have got a range of specialist master's programs as well. So if you've already undertaken some undergraduate studies in business and economics, you could potentially go on to pursue one of our specialist master's programs. And within our specialist master's programs, we have things like a Masters of Finance, Masters of Economics, Masters of Entrepreneurship, a Masters of Actuarial Studies, a Master's of Applied Econometrics, and then we do also have some online programs as well. In terms of some of the student experience and experiential learning opportunities that are available within the Faculty of Business and Economics, they do an amazing job in ensuring students have some career and industry exposure. So they have things like the global management consulting subjects, they have internships, international business experience subjects, and ensure that students get access to industry exposure as well. And they do this through case competitions, startup pitch competitions, and industry projects and employability workshops as well. So for students who are studying within the Faculty of Business and Economics, they get really amazing access to industry projects to get that work experience as part of their programs as well. Within the Faculty of Education, the Faculty of Education looks at programs that relate towards teaching and within areas outside of teaching. So the two flagship programs within our Faculty of Education is our Masters of Teaching, where students can choose to do a specialization in early childhood and primary school or secondary, or we do have a Masters of Education. So the Masters of Education is designed for students who are looking for a career and want to work within the education sector, but it doesn't provide students with a pathway to become teachers. The Master of Teaching provides students with accreditation to become teachers across the state of Victoria and across Australia, but the Masters of Education is designed for students that want to work in education, but not directly teaching in the classroom. And there's a number of different specializations students can choose to do within a Master of Education. So if you're wanting to do a specialization in leadership and management, this provides a really great pathway for students that are thinking about careers as maybe vice principals or principals of schools. There's also specializations in student well-being if you want to work in any kind of school guidance counselors or student well-being based roles. And then there's also specializations in policy, assessments, and equity, diversity, and social change, which can really help shape the way education is taught and assessed across Australia as well. And then we do also have a number of other programs that students can choose that are outside of teaching. So we have a Masters of TESOL, which is Teaching English as a Second Language, Masters of Modern Languages Education, Learning Intervention, Educational Psychology, Applied Positive Psychology, and the list goes on as well. And then we do finally have the Melbourne Law School. So the Melbourne Law School is the #1 ranked law school in Australia and one of the top law schools in the world. And they offer two different graduate-based degrees. They offer the Juris Doctor and the Melbourne Law Masters program. The Melbourne Law Masters program is one of our specialized programs, and students can choose to do this in two different ways. Students can first choose to do a Melbourne Law Masters without a specialization, where they can pick and choose from over 270 individual subjects and choose what subjects they would like to do that make up their Law Masters. So you can choose 8 elective subjects and build the program however you want, depending on what your interests are. Or you can do a specialized master's degree where you can choose from one of the 27 specialist legal areas to deepen your knowledge and understanding in a specialized area of law. And those specializations are listed below. So for students who want to do a specialization in human rights law, or law and development, tax law, energy and resource law, construction law, and the list goes on. This provides students with a really comprehensive background to specialize in sort of this area of law as well. So that's just given you a brief overview of the different faculties and some of the different programs that they offer. Again, there are over 200 different graduate programs for students to choose from. So trying to navigate the entry requirements, it is important to note that the entry requirements do vary from course to course, and it's important to check the individual program that you're applying for. But typically, the general entry requirements that you need when applying for any graduate coursework-based degree is you first need to have completed your undergraduate degree, so we need to have a look at your GPA, so your grading scale and your academic transcript from what you've taken in your bachelor's degree. And then you also need to ensure that you're meeting the English language requirements. So each program at the University of Melbourne will have slightly different English language requirements. This can be satisfied by either doing an IELTS test, a TOEFL test, or a Pearson test of English. And then there also are some other requirements for some programs. So some programs may require you to upload a personal statement or a letter of intent. Some programs might want to see some examples of work experience. So you may be required to provide your CV or your resume. Some programs within the Melbourne Business School do have a GMAT or a GRE component. So say if you're applying for the Master of Finance. So there are also some portfolio requirements as well if you're applying for, say, the Masters of Architecture. And there also are some audition-based requirements, perhaps if you're looking at going into doing film, television, acting, music therapy, and so forth as well. So it can sometimes be a little bit difficult to determine whether or not you're eligible for a program. So what we've done is we've actually developed a really helpful online calculator, which is designed for prospective graduate students such as yourselves to be able to determine whether or not you meet the requirements for your preferred graduate program. So the link to this is listed down below. So if you wanted to take a photo of this website, now would be a great opportunity to do this. And this is a really interactive tool where you can go through and put in the name of the program that you're wanting to apply for. So in this instance, it's a Masters of Engineering Management. It will then ask you a series of questions. The first question is, are you an international or a domestic student? So you'll obviously just choose. There'll then be a question saying, are you a current University of Melbourne student or not? And then there will be a question saying, are you a sponsored student or not? If you're applying for COLFUTURO, you will be considered a sponsored student. And then from there, you just need to go through and list what tertiary institution you're currently studying at. There'll be a couple of questions about what your current GPA or percentage is, so what your average scores are. And then based on what you're inputting, it will then filter to the right-hand side where it will either come up in green saying, yes, based on your scores, you are eligible to apply. You have satisfied this, and we encourage you to apply. If it comes up in yellow, it means that unfortunately your scores are not competitive enough for that particular program, and we don't encourage you to apply. So of course, while we don't want to tell any students that they shouldn't be applying, this gives you a very great indication about whether or not you'll be a competitive student and help manage those expectations as well. So now talking about some of our entry requirements for graduate research-based degrees. So for students on the call that are looking at going on to, say, do a Doctor of Philosophy, again, it's important to note that the requirements do vary from program to program, but typically to study a graduate research-based degree, you do need to have completed an undergraduate degree and sometimes postgraduate studies as well. So you may need to have completed either an honors degree where you've done a minor thesis, or you've done a Masters of Philosophy or a Masters by coursework with a research-based project. Because the second thing that we need to see is research experience. So in order to apply for a Doctor of Philosophy, we need to see that you've had ability to be able to undertake research and you've got research training, because that's not taught in the Doctor of Philosophy. There's an expectation that you already know how to undertake research. So some of our Masters by coursework programs that I mentioned earlier, like the Masters of Science or the Masters of Computer Science, for example, we teach students how to undertake research as part of that program as a pathway to go on to do the Doctor of Philosophy. But if you're looking at going straight into doing the Doctor of Philosophy, you do need to have had prior research experience. And then you do need to obviously satisfy the English language requirements. Again, that could be taken through an IELTS, a TOEFL, or a Pearson test of English. And then there are some other requirements that are required as well. So you need to have a research proposal. You do need to have initial contact with a supervisor. So you need to have a supervisor that's willing to supervise your research piece, and you need to go through and have some referees as well. So for students who are looking at studying a Doctor of Philosophy, you first need to determine what your research area is, find out the program that you're looking to apply for, and you need to find a supervisor that's willing to assess and support your application. In order to do this, you can go onto our website, which is called findanexpert.unimelb.edu.au, which will bring you through to our research hub. Here, you can search for discipline areas. So you could search for something like, artificial intelligence or finance or discipline areas, or you can search by academic names. Through here, you'll be able to see all of the academics and researchers that are available for supervision. So highlighted here is just an example of one of our academics. So this is Dr. Sarah Franklin. If you go onto their bio, for example, you'll see here the areas that they specialize in, and underneath their profile, you'll have the opportunity to click the inquiries button, which will give you the option to get in contact with them and to speak to them about your research proposal and potentially acting as a supervisor for you as well. In terms of studying in Australia, so the academic calendar year in Australia is very different to the Northern Hemisphere. So some of you may be a little bit more familiar with the United States or the UK, but our academic calendar year is quite different in Australia. So in terms of our dates for 2026, we have 2 intakes per year. We have the semester 1 intake and the semester 2 intake. So semester 1 commences in February and semester 2 commences in July. So you can see here the dates that are available for our next intakes as well. So the academic years do work a little bit different in Australia and our academic calendars. In terms of getting involved, there is so much more to your time at university than just your time in the classroom. And we encourage each and every one of you to be involved in student clubs and societies, playing sport, or organizing an overseas exchange subject. Just highlighting one of the clubs. So we do have over 200 different clubs and societies at the University of Melbourne. These are run by students for students, and these are a fantastic way to meet and integrate with students with like-minded interests. One of the really popular student clubs and societies is our Latin American Student Association, or LASA, which is a student-led organization that has the purpose of serving as a hub for Latin American students and those that are passionate about the region. So obviously it comprises of students such as yourselves, Colombians that want to engage with other Colombians that are studying at Melbourne, but it's also full of other students that are maybe looking to do exchange over in that part of the world, students that are looking to learn Spanish or Portuguese, or just want to learn more about the culture as well. So this is a really great student club and just an example of one of over 200 different clubs that we offer. We also do have our Stop One team. So Stop One is our student services team that provides students with all of the practical skills, help, and training they need on a range of different areas. So if you have any questions while you're a student about course advice or academic advising or need any assistance, that will be organized and facilitated by our Stop One team, which is a free student services based team at Melbourne. I sort of highlighted this earlier, but one of the things that we're really proud at the University of Melbourne is offering the opportunity for all students, both domestic and international students, the opportunity to take place in a study abroad or exchange opportunity, where we do have over 200 different global partners and destinations all across the world. So students who are studying at the University of Melbourne in an undergraduate program or a graduate program do have the option to undertake a semester or even a year abroad. So even though you're studying at the University of Melbourne, you can continue to pay your fees through the University of Melbourne and study at one of our partner institutions. So maybe that will be an exchange opportunity you do with the London Business School, if that's what you're studying, or you could go and do an experience in Toronto or Montreal or across North America or Europe. So these are opportunities that we provide all of our students. And the University of Melbourne does also have a whole range of university scholarships and funding options for international students to go and have that experience as well. We also do have designated career services teams. So as I mentioned previously, the University of Melbourne is ranked 8th worldwide for graduate employability, where we do offer students opportunities to get industry-based learning, industry projects, internships, and we do also have a designated career services team that provides students with exclusive job opportunities on and off campus through our Melbourne Careers Online portal. But we do also have teams that will help you with practice interviews, help you write your resume, and we do also have a team that will help design a LinkedIn profile, take professional headshots for you, and help you create a LinkedIn profile that will help your application stand out when applying for jobs as well. For those of you that are looking to study at the University of Melbourne, I'm sure you'll be also starting to think about where you might live. And in terms of accommodation, we do have 10 residential colleges located on our campus, but we do have student accommodation styled apartments owned by the university on and off campus as well. So if you're looking to learn a little bit more about our accommodation options, you can visit our accommodation website, and we do also have a number of options that are available. So lastly, how to apply. What's the application process? As I mentioned, the academic calendar year in Australia is a little bit different to other parts of the world that perhaps you're more familiar with. So it's just important to realize that we have 2 intakes for our programs each year, the start year intake and the mid-year intake. So when you're looking to apply, the first thing you need to do is determine which intake you're looking to apply for. Are you looking to start in semester 1? Or semester 2. Not every single program has 2 intakes, but most do. So determine which program you're looking to and which intake you're looking to apply for. The second step is to determine your eligibility. Do you meet the requirements? Have you got the relevant studies? And this is something you can do through that graduate coursework calculator, which I spoke about earlier. And the third step is you can submit your application. So international students can apply directly through the University of Melbourne, or you can apply through one of our authorized education agents. And we do have a range based in Colombia that will help and assist you with your application as well. In terms of the application deadlines for 2026, if you're wanting to start your studies in March of next year, applications are closing at the end of September 2025. Or if you're looking for July 2026, applications are due on the 28th of February. It is important to note that these deadlines can vary from program to program, so it's important to check the individual program that you're looking to apply for as well. Lastly, scholarships. The University of Melbourne has a whole range of scholarships that are available for international students, including COLFUTURO students. You can hold multiple scholarships at the same time, where we do provide students with fee remission, so anywhere from 20 to 100% fee remission for your scholarships. And we do also offer one-off fee remission payments as well, and scholarships for accommodation to help with the cost of your living. Selection for these scholarships are based on academic merit. So the higher your scores or the higher your GPA, the better your chances are for scholarships. And you are automatically considered for these scholarships when you apply. There's nothing further you need to do. There's no interview. There's no essay, there's no exam. When you submit your application to the University of Melbourne, you'll be automatically considered for all of the scholarships with your application. And when you receive your course offer, you'll also be issued a scholarship at the same time. But I lastly just wanted to highlight that as COLFUTURO students, as part of the agreement the University of Melbourne has with COLFUTURO, students who go on to study at the University of Melbourne and are selected as beneficiaries of the loan scholarship program of COLFUTURO are eligible for a further fee discount on their studies. So for students who go on to enroll in one of our higher degree coursework programs, you'll receive a 20% fee discount on your studies. If you're studying within the Faculty of Business and Economics or the Faculty of Education, they actually offer a slightly higher fee reduction, which is 25% off your tuition fees. We offer this financial support to Masters by Coursework students for the duration of this program, and it's applied automatically. So if you're a beneficiary of COLFUTURO, and you go on to apply for the Faculty of Business and Economics or the Faculty of Education, it's 25% fee discount. But any other program at Melbourne, it's a 20% discount across all of our Masters by Coursework degrees, which is a really great incentive for you to sort of stretch your funds and to be able to maximize your studying at the University of Melbourne. But that's it from me. I hope that's given you a brief overview of the University of Melbourne and all of the different study areas that we have available. Of course, I haven't had a chance to go in depth on a range of our different programs, but down here is my direct email address. If you have any questions or would like to get in contact with me, you can. But I think we do have about sort of 10 minutes or so left for any questions that anyone might have.
Awesome. Luis, thank you so much for this amazing presentation and all the valuable information for all of us. So yes, we have some questions for you. And the first question is, are there any scholarships available at this moment? I would like to start a master's degree by coursework or research related to information technology in February 2026.
Wonderful question. Yes, so we do have a whole range of different scholarships that are available for international students. So those scholarships are automatically applied, and the Faculty of Engineering and Information Technology offer a very, very comprehensive range of scholarships. So if you're applying for those programs, when you submit your application, you'll be automatically considered for those scholarships. Those scholarships vary from 100% scholarships, 50% scholarships, and 25% scholarships. So yes, you'll be automatically considered for those. And we actually do have a current COLFUTURO student studying this semester who has received a scholarship alongside their COLFUTURO funding as well.
Thank you so much. La siguiente pregunta es de Alejandro y nos dice cómo puede aplicar a la beca. Sorry, Luis, I'm going to answer that question in Spanish. Y bueno,
Please.
aquí la respuesta es, para todas las personas que están interesadas en aplicar a los diferentes convenios con Colfuturo, nuestra convocatoria es anual, abrirá la próxima en el 2026, el 6 de enero, y cerrará el 2 de marzo. Ustedes lo único que tienen que hacer es que aplican a Colfuturo y también por su lado aplican, en este caso, a la Universidad de Melbourne, y en el caso de que sean seleccionados por parte de Colfuturo y admitidos por la universidad, nosotros nos encargamos de cruzar la información y se aplican directamente los descuentos de acuerdo al programa al que ustedes hayan sido admitidos. ¿Listo? Entonces es este el proceso. No tienen que hacer ningún paso adicional ni nada por el estilo. Nosotros nos encargamos de cruzar la información. Well, Luis, and the last question that we have is from Gabriel, and he says, I don't have experience as research, but I would like to do a master by research with a pathway to a PhD. Even like that, I need experience as research?
Great question. So it's difficult because it depends on the program that you're looking to apply for. But if you're looking to apply for a master's by coursework based program, you don't need to have any research experience. So the Masters by Coursework program is designed for students who've just completed an undergraduate degree. And within the Masters by Coursework programs, there's either a second year, which is a mandatory research year, or a lot of our other Masters by Coursework programs offer students the opportunity to do a research internship or research project. So there is sort of a research stream in a lot of our different programs, and you don't need to have prior research training or skills or expertise in that. And through your Masters by Coursework, we provide students with some training and provide students with that opportunity to do research as part of that year. And that then will form the basis for your application if you want to go on to study a Doctor of Philosophy at a later stage, because we'll give you that research experience and training so you can then maybe go on to apply for a PhD.
Amazing. Thank you. Well, Luis, we didn't have any more question for you. So thank you so much for this amazing information, for the presentation, and I hope to see you in the next opportunity.
Yeah, wonderful. Thank you so much for hosting me today. It's been an absolute pleasure speaking with each and every one of you.
Perfecto. Y a todos los asistentes, mil gracias también por su participación e interés. Los invito a que se contacten directamente con Luis en caso que tengan más inquietudes. Hasta luego. Goodbye, Luis. Thank you so much.